Good morning, everybody. I'm Hillary Strong. I'm co-founder and creative director of Your Dreams on Fire. Thanks so much for joining me today. Our topic today for entrepreneurs and small businesses, marketing professionals, is that Facebook has finally embraced hashtags. What does this mean? Well, we've been using them on Twitter and Instagram and had a lot of success. So Facebook is finally supporting this and embracing this. So that will be our topic today. So what is a hashtag, right? Well, it turns topics and phrases into clickable links on your timeline, on a page, on a group. So basically, it's clickable, searchable, discoverable, branding. We're going to talk about all that. So it is time to get on the hashtag bus if you have not been on that. So it helps people find posts about certain topics that they're interested in, maybe groups they want to join, things like that. So it's a topic or phrase, and it can be branded. We're going to talk about, what is registration, what is verified, all of those things. So it's a single word with no spaces. Hashtag Tuesday tips, hashtag dogs, hashtag dog lover. I mean, any of these kinds of things. So one good tip is to capitalize the first letter of each word, right? No spaces. And it's easier to find for your readers and for them to read it if it's a longer, if it has multiple words in it. It can include numbers. So like you could do hashtag July 4th, maybe it's something 2020, campaign. So no punctuation or special characters. So you can't have percentage or dollar, but you can have an underscore. So you could have Tuesday underscore tips. So that is okay. So how do we search? You go to your search bar in Facebook and you can search hashtags there. So that's a great way to do that. You also could go to Instagram because folks on Instagram have been using them longer. And so that's very searchable as well to get ideas about what kinds of hashtags you might want to use for your business. So you can only, one of the things about, so if you only share your posts to your friends will only see your hashtags in your posting. If it's a private group, your group members that are members will only see that. It will show up to you, but it's not going to be public if you don't make it public. Now, a page is public. So those are searchable, which is great. That means that you could be discovered. And yeah, so if you pull up a hashtag and you put hashtag Colorado, your business could be searchable, or if you have a public group too. So there's lots of good things. So when do we use hashtags? And a nickname for hashtags is hash, I guess, when I was doing some research. So you can say, other places say hash. In the United States, we tend to say hashtags. So you can create your own, branding that, we could do hashtag socially on fire or hashtag Colorado on fire, which that's probably not good because we are on fire right now. So that's probably not appropriate to use. I'm just saying you can create your own branded hashtags. You can look up other companies that have done that. We'll talk more about that. So what this does allow you to do is join in the conversation, right? If it's a topic you're interested in, like I play the ukulele, not well, but I'm interested in learning more about it. So I can learn about new groups that use a hashtag, ukulele lovers, or different types of, when you type it in, other things pop up, other hashtags. So it can amplify your campaign through other channels and now on Facebook. So it's just another opportunity for your business to be seen, discovered, branded, all those things. You can use a hashtag to source questions. So like a radio show might use a hashtag to see what folks are talking about, what might be trending, and have a discussion on their radio show. Or if you see things trending, like you see those on Twitter, they'll show up on the side. What's trending, you might want to check out that information, right? Or follow. Now you can follow on Instagram and Twitter, but right now you cannot follow a hashtag on Facebook. And again, this is pretty new. I mean, there's been no formal announcement to this, but so the things could change. So this is as of today. One recommendation is don't use like random hashtags. Use something that's relevant to your business, to your audience, a niche hashtag. Don't do hashtag the or hashtag. Um, it's seen as spam, so don't be spammy. So it needs to be relative to your post though also. So if like my post today, hashtags related to Facebook and using hashtags on Facebook, those kinds of things. So some best practices to talk about is you can use popular hashtags. This might help get you discovered, right? If someone's seeing a trending hashtag, your post may show up on the feed when they search that. And it's just in the search bar. You go to hashtag, throwback Thursday or hashtag, let's see, we could look up on Twitter. We'll go there in a minute. You want to keep it simple, no punctuation, like let's go Mavericks or let's go Broncos. You don't want an apostrophe S. You just want to keep just let's go Broncos, no apostrophe and no spaces. So it seems like Facebook launched the support small business. They've been really involved with the COVID and kind of upping their game for small businesses. And this is just yet another thing that they're adding to their, maybe it wasn't going to be added this soon, but they are adding it. So that's the only hashtag support small business that you can actually see. I think it's like 2 million posts in the last 2 months. On Instagram, it's like in the 15 point something millions, right? You can see all those numbers on Instagram of what a hashtag popularity. But again, this has been on Instagram for a long, long time. So right now, if you do a hashtag, the only one you can see right now is support small business. You cannot see like hashtag Colorado, I love Colorado. There'll be no numbers attached to that. And again, this could be something that Facebook changes in the future and adds, which would be great. So you can see the popularity. You can search on Instagram, which may help you on Facebook. One thing you can also do, which some businesses have already done, is you can link your Facebook and Instagram accounts, right? So when you're posting on Instagram, it goes to Facebook with all of your hashtags, and they are clickable. They are clickable on both and searchable on both platforms. So that's great. And if you haven't used the Creator Studio on Facebook, it is free. So it's kind of like a scheduling tool for Facebook. And you can link your Instagram account so that you can do that from Facebook, from the Creator Studio as well. So you can go both ways. You want to put hashtags into your sentences, right? But again, think about that. You don't want to hashtag everything. You want to pick out what's relevant in your hashtags. And also, just kind of like on Instagram, you want to put some space or dots, and then you can list all of your hashtags, maybe at the bottom, your other relevant, but you can hashtag in a sentence that you're doing for your text in your post or your video post. So linking both your accounts are clickable on both, and it may save you a lot of time. So it's just something to think about that wasn't recommended before, because I've never been a big fan of doing any hashtags because there just was no value on Facebook. But the number one thing I can say is now it presents a great opportunity for you to be discovered and searchable. So and increase your organic reach. That's probably the number one reason. And organic reach is what? Organic is free, right? We don't have to do an ad. We don't have to boost a post, those kinds of things. So if nothing else, you should be checking this out and thinking about this and adding this to your Facebook marketing, because you can increase your searchability and your reach. And those are very important things. You can increase your engagement. You can gain followers, likes. You can connect with influencers. That's really been a trend on Instagram, that you can find influencers that maybe you want to work with or pay, right? It's paid, they have all the people following them. I know for a company that I used to work for, we were launching a new restaurant and we wanted to find food bloggers in the Denver area that we could connect with and invite up and, see if they would um, do a post for us and do a trade, or, they could get paid theoretically too. I mean, all of that is fair game. So again, we want to talk about the privacy, right, of hashtags. We're always talking about, people are concerned about privacy, rightly so. So if you have private groups and you only share on your personal profile to friends, then those folks will only see those hashtags. If you are public, you share your post publicly, all pages are public, it's fair game. So again, that's an opportunity, right? And we want to go viral. We want that organic reach for free, right? Wouldn't it be cool if one of your hashtags went viral and just blew up? We see that all the time. We see examples of that all the time happening. So research shows, let's just talk a little bit about data and marketing, because data is showing, and we can look at this for a long time. If you look up Twitter and Instagram, using a hashtag on Twitter versus not using one, you can boost your post, your tweet, by 50 to 100%. So that just kind of gives you your tweet an automatic boost. And Instagram, it increases your reshares. Google Plus, who's really using Google Plus anymore, right? But data shows that it can help with all of those things. So that's already proven. Facebook, we don't have a lot of data yet, but we know that if you look at the data from hashtag support small business, is in the millions. So, that's going to be coming. I think we'll see some new developments coming from Facebook. Again, this is just recently launched and they haven't really given any guidelines. So we're just kind of taking from Instagram, which Facebook owns Instagram. So it's important to understand that connection. So let's talk about the power of hashtag marketing. So we talked about our reach, right? We can get some organic reach, which we all want all the time. You can find clients from this. You can find people that are using the hashtag. Maybe those are your perfect targeted audience. You can find and connect with relevant influencers and prospects. You can create a viral hashtag. You can create a hashtag for a campaign, a event, again, for branding. Maybe this is something that you want to use all the time for your business. So, and you can also start to build a community around your business. So this is, when we talk about groups, which we talked about last week, again, this just adds to that whole community topic niche, what people are interested in, right? And connecting with the people that need your products or services, want your products, those who might discover your services or products. So again, there's so much good stuff here. So let's talk about, we want to make sure that our posts are clean looking. Like on Instagram, you definitely want to, I think it's Facebook, you can use, you see a lot of the long posts where people can post a lot of characters on your Facebook posts. You can actually post 63,206 characters on a Facebook post. I did not know that. That is new information. So you can use that to your advantage, whether you put the hashtags in the sentences, but you still want to put, if you're going to put, there's no recommended amount on Facebook right now. I would start maybe from 3 to 5. You could test 10 to 12, kind of see what might work, check your data, see what your audience might respond better to. So there's no definitive research yet of what quite is working or recommended, but you want to put them at the bottom with some spacing or some dots. And that's been usually folks on Instagram use the dots, but they do use spacing as well. Again, you can't have as many characters on Instagram, but you want it to look clean. You don't want to, have it at the top of your post. So sometimes just keeping it simple is important and it looks clean in your post. So let's talk a little bit about Instagram because there's more data, right? I've used later.com. They have a good blog, and I do actually have a free service where you can post to Instagram, and I've done this before with different clients. Um, so recommended for Instagram, just FYI, 30 hashtags per post is the max and 10 on a story. So that's kind of the maximum. But Instagram's been doing this since 2010. So this on Instagram is one of the best ways to get discovered, right? So um, again, we have data to look at with Twitter and with Instagram. But today we're talking about Facebook, and it's new, which is cool. And one of the things that we want to take advantage of is getting all the free reach we can, right? And continuing to build our brand, our products, our services, our communities, whatever it is, your services, however you're engaging your resident, your audience, you want to incorporate hashtags now. So let's just talk about a couple of ways that can maybe help you. One way is to search both on Facebook and Instagram, and you could do Pinterest too. So you want to use maybe popular hashtags. You want to look at your competitors. What are they using? You also want to possibly look at your local community, niche hashtags, maybe create your own. So a good resource is Hashtagify. You can find and analyze for Twitter and Instagram hashtags, and it is a paid, so you can start off at, I think it's $29 a month, or if you do get the annual plan, it's $19. You can try it free for 7 days, but and there are some free marketing lessons on there. So this is a product that people use, and it could be a good resource for you if you're very active on Twitter or Instagram. Then this is a resource that you may want to check out. I'll put that in the feed at the end of the live. And also on Twitter, it's called Twubs, TWUBS. I checked this out this morning, and you can register a hashtag for free. And you can use that and engage with that. So when we talk about trademarking, I've heard that you can, the registration, like if you're going to do a campaign or something that you want to brand to your business and use all the time, you can register it with Twubs, and then it's earmarked on that date. So if you would get into any trademark or court issues, things like that, you would have a record of that. But no one, very limitedly, and I'd have to research this a little more as far as trademarking hashtags. So that's something that I focus mainly on Facebook. So you'd have to research that, but you can. So I did register a hashtag for a campaign that I'm doing for a client, and then it can be verified, and that's $9. I did not do that. I just registered it, and then it creates a page and it tracks everything. So I'm still kind of exploring that, but that's something that you might want to check out. So I just wanted to share that. So when we talk about Instagram and some of the cool things that hashtags has been facilitating on that platform, when we talk about Later, which I've used before, again, it's a free platform. 3 million brands use it, so it has paid plans. So for the free, and it's for Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest is what it says now. You can do 1 page per platform and 30 posts a month for free. So that's pretty cool. If you're a solo entrepreneur, it's like $7.50 a month, and you get up to 100 posts per platform, and you can have 1 account per platform on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest. And then for the small business, $16 a month, and you can post up to 250 posts, 2 accounts per platform. So I would start off with the free if you're using Instagram, and check that out. But one of the cool things when we talk about tips just for Instagram, this is just kind of off topic, but I just want to mention them, is that you can add hashtags in your bio. You can add to stories. You can add one clickable sticker and 10 hashtags per story, which is the new thing on both Instagram. Well, not so new, but newer on Facebook, right? Again, Facebook and Instagram. Facebook owns Instagram, so there's that connection. So I think we're going to see a lot more integration with the hashtags and all of that, kind of following suit to Instagram. You can follow a hashtag on Instagram. So that's a great way to gain followers, to follow a topic that you're interested in, get to know influencers. You can also, in Instagram, just an idea, you can also put all of your hashtags. So say you have 10, you can put them in the comment, the first comment in Instagram. You can also add emojis, hearts, smiley faces, whatever emoji in Instagram right now at the end of a hashtag, which you cannot in Facebook. So, there's a little bit of nuance there. And I think we'll maybe be seeing more down the road. So some other things that you can do is to find hashtags that are relevant to your business without just searching Facebook, haven't had enough coffee, Facebook and Instagram. You can check out what your competitors are doing. You can search industry leaders for inspiration. What kind of hashtags are they using? Maybe your local community, your niche. Try to find folks that have a lot of followers and kind of see what they're doing. You can also, in later, they have suggestions. So if you type in something, you hit suggest, and it will generate 30 additional hashtags by relevance. So there's a lot of cool reasons to use later. I've used it before. I was trying to get logged in this morning and I couldn't remember my password, so I've got to work on that. But you can also check analytics. It provides some basic analytics. Now with the paid plans, you're going to see a lot more data on your hashtags, likes, followers, all of that. So if you're serious about growing and using hashtags, you might want to consider the solo plan, which is only $7.50 a month to get some additional data. It also creates lists for you so that you don't have to use an Excel sheet and keep, so say you have local hashtags, you have, different topics that you might post on that you don't want to have to reinvent, right? So we're all used to kind of having everything in our Excel spreadsheets. So in later, you can also create lists that you can just pop in and makes it really easy. So that's pretty cool. So one thing to know about hashtags is on Instagram, 70% of the hashtags that are used are from businesses and are branded. So it's been highly effective on Instagram, and now it's flowing over to the Facebook platform. One thing you can also do when you create a campaign or a branded hashtag that you use all the time, you can use it in other places, right? Emails, posts, videos, your website, billboards, flyers. Anything that you do, you can use, like when you go to events and concerts and things like that, there's always a hashtag, it seems like, related to that. So you can use the hashtag in so many different ways and get people to follow you, engage with you. Again, you can't follow on Facebook, but you can be discovered and you can brand and you can share with your friends, your groups, your page. You don't want to do everything your competition is doing. You do want to stand out so you're going to be testing a little bit on Facebook to see what's going to work for your business. So you want to make it catchy, fun, brand-centric phrases. You want to do some brainstorming. So definitely go on the other platforms that have been using this longer to get your ideas. So let's talk about, let me just show you, let's see. Talked about, oh, so on Facebook, let's just talk about one more thing. So in groups, let's just go back to that. In groups, if it's private, only your members will see the hashtags. But if it's a public group, anybody can see it, and your group is searchable, right? So for Facebook ads, what I'm hearing right now is you probably don't want to put hashtags in your Facebook advertising right now because you don't want them, again, remember they're clickable. So they're going to click away from your ad, from really what your goal of your ad is to get them to go probably somewhere else, right? To go to your website, to go to an offer, join your group, whatever it is that you're promoting with your advertising. You don't want them to get sidetracked and click on a hashtag and then they're away from your ad, and that doesn't really add any value. So I would stay away from that right now. We'll see as time goes on how this all plays out. Let me just go through. So some other things that we're seeing on Facebook is that when you're getting, some people are getting notified to encourage the use of hashtags to increase your reach, right? So Facebook's actually telling us, hey, use hashtags to increase your reach. Well, when did they ever do that? I don't remember that. So that's something interesting. They're also, when you type in a post, you're creating a post, you start typing in a hashtag, they're also making additional suggestions for other hashtags. So that's cool. Right now, we can't really see how popular a hashtag is on Facebook because they're not showing any numbers, right? But that may change. So you might, so this is a tip. You might want to go back, since this is so new, and go back to some of your most popular posts and add some hashtags. That's an idea, right? Maybe repost them, put a new date on, and reshare them out to your community. Let's see. So yes, again, the follow button is on Instagram. If you do hashtag support small business, you can actually follow that on Instagram versus Facebook right now. So we'll see if that's if they add that down the road. And you can also add a post. So if you go to on Facebook hashtag support small business, it actually has a button at the top that says create a post. So they're actually encouraging you to use the hashtag to post support small business. So that's really interesting that they're doing that. So that's new. And so there's also some users are reporting seeing a browse button on the foot of some of the posts to discover more posts that include that hashtag. So we're just kind of seeing some new things here and there. Also, this is interesting. Facebook auto inserts some links to Instagram hashtags in the posts that people aren't, like if I did something, they're automatically inserting it in my post, like without my permission, and encouraging that an Instagram URL or an Instagram hashtag. So that's interesting. Again, I think overall this is new, not so new, right, to probably many businesses that are already engaging on Instagram and Twitter. But if you haven't, that's okay. This is a great opportunity for you to start. And again, our whole goal, do we need free engagement? Do we need to increase our followers, sales, all of those things, grow our community? Of course we do. So you really need to think about, I'll post some resources that I talked about today at the end of the live. So we'll be on Facebook with all the clickable links to some of the Hashtagify, TWUBs, and Later. Those are some of the platforms that I think might be helpful to you. Again, just to recap, hashtags are new on Facebook. Use them for your business. You will be more discoverable, searchable. You can also get more free organic reach, which is something that we all need, right? So again, I hope some of these tips have been helpful. And again, I'm Hillary Strong with Your Dreams on Fire. Thanks for being part of our Socially on Fire group. And again, I go live, I share resources, answer questions, provide coaching and resources. And I'm going to be coming out with some cool new trainings for small businesses and entrepreneurs. Those are coming out at the end of July. I'll talk more about that. But I hope you enjoyed today. Again, if you're just tuning in for the replay, thanks for joining us and have a great day.